see, we're getting music coming over USB. I could easily stop that. And you see nothing is going through. And that's all being routed through USB. There's no other connection going to this. So if I turn this audio up, because again, I have this set to my speaker right here in front of me. And that's coming from there. That's being routed over USB. There's no I'm gonna keep this unmuted for a second, and I'm gonna show you that there's no hiss like you normally would get with other cables that you would have to introduce hum eliminators and all that stuff. So hold on. None. Now the only audio that you would hear is just my generic speaker that I have here that's really not meant for this type of setup. So that's pretty much it. All you have to do is make sure you have a USB, like a printer type, I think it's USB B type cable, type B or whatever cable that plugs into your computer. Make sure you plug it into the card interface of your X32. I'm using a rack mount. You have the same type of connections on the compact and the full size. On the compact and the full size, you actually have two USBs. Make sure you're in the card interface, not the remote interface. You get that, then that's all you really need, and then you just download the driver. So at most, you're spending $10 for that cable, and that's it. So link is down below to everything, and I hope that helps you out. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. We will catch you on the next video. Later.
Hey, did you see Wizard of Oz? Yeah. So yeah. So there is a very nice, somewhat humorous, but then that witch died. The witch, the wicked witch died, and that wicked witch was then get, you have to get certificate. This is a bit satire, that so the coroner was called, because unless the coroner gives certificate of death, so uh, there the coroner comes and examines. Funny, and there is a nice song about it. Anyway, so that he says she is legally, ethically, procedurally, morally completely dead. So, if this is pronounced on some person, you don't expect that person to uh, start talking again. Mm. But there have been several such incidents. I mean, the number is probably now in thousands, that such cases, and they give you a window of how uh, a person death and coming back. What is it? What is the nature of death? What happens at the time of death? So the person when comes back is kind of completely changed person. The strange part was that person was living one kind of a life, and then after becoming again alive, after being pronounced as death, has the experience that there is a tunnel experience that is common with all of such experiences. There are many interesting books that you can read. One is that uh, one is Life After Life. There is another next edition of his Life After Light, a Light After Life, yeah, something like that, yeah. So, by the same one author, there are other authors also. Many psychologists also have studied these experiences. There is a lot of research work available on that, and you should go through some of that just to get the inkling that their life now takes an about turn. It becomes a very different life that is now going on much more moral path. One great example is the well-known American philosopher. His name was A.J. Ayer. He was a confirmed atheist and agnostic. Agnostic means his position was to give you in one sentence, nothing in this world can be perfectly causally determined. You can never say that this is the cause of that thing in a, as a unique cause and effect relationship. So, and thus nothing can be determined here. It is all a chaotic world order. He had this experience of near death. He was declared dead and then came to life. So now his philosophy underwent a lot of change. He lived many years after that. He didn't admit that it changed uh, because that again becomes a problem. So, but those who were studying his literature, his papers, they saw a remarkable change in his position. So it is very important, that this is a change. Now, a new life is gotten here. And then Ajamila did not die at that time. He lived now the life of pure devotion. So, the life of pure devotion, what it means here is that now you have to take steps, very firm, strong steps, which requires uh, some mental strength and determination. I will cut away from my old life to facilitate that. I will leave this place, which is place of lot of attachments, a lot of memories of my uh, life attached to my family and my vocation is there. That will be again a big bondage. So he takes the decision to leave the place and goes to a very holy place called the door to Lord Hari, Haridwar. Many of you who have gone to India might have seen that place, Haridwar. a very famous place at the foothills of Himalayas. Actually, from very ancient times, the uh, journey towards when people used to take it up on foot, they would begin that journey from this place because this was a kind of small township. Now it is a big town, but earlier it was kind of last uh, town before you move to the wilderness of Himalayan hills. So they would begin this journey from here, Haridwar. So this was even now that is the city with lot of holy temples and holy people coming and staying there for the purpose of spiritual practice. That this is therefore called a door to Hari. Hari Dwar. Dwar means door. So you go there and dedicate yourself to Lord. Sometimes it is also called Haradwar. Instead of I, there is this that I is removed or replaced by A. But it means the same thing to God. Instead of Hari, it is Hara, means Lord Shiva. So it doesn't matter. They and a very devotional place. So he goes there and then practice the yoga of devotion there with one pointed sincerity. Mm. This is how the life changed. Not that he got salvation just by uttering the name. The process began there, that he remembered his real goal of life and now decided to go on this path. This is, he also had to do lot of spiritual practices. Uh, they got added to what he used to do before falling into the clutches of his evil tendency. So now he completely abandoned those things and practice these move further. Tremendously uh, sorry for going on the wrong path. That sorrow is something that will prevent you from again going on that. Because no, I had my lesson. That is the meaning of repentance. It is not like the ritual that called confession. In Catholics, they go to, there is a confessor, there is the authority to whom, church authority to whom you confess. Now it becomes a ritual every week. I go to confess, and then therefore I must commit some sins to confess, isn't it? If not, then what am I going to tell there? So let me commit some sins. I told one nice joke about it, that it is the priest told somebody who came to confess some sin that, oh, I told lie to this person. Now, okay, you are freed from it. What should I do? Uh, I told three things, that I did this wrong, this thing wrong, this thing wrong. And then the priest said, okay, you can go. How much I have to pay? Well, you can put in that box $20 bill. Then another similar person came and then said, "Okay, I committed this yesterday. This is bad. I did. I cursed this fellow." And so he also narrated the three sins that he committed. The priest again did, "Okay, you are free from this. Uh, and okay, you also can put $20 bill there in that box." Another person came, he reported only two sins. And then the janitor who was cleaning that place, he was hearing everything. Although supposedly nobody should be there in the earshot. But he was working and he also could not hide that he was hearing. So when this fellow told only two things, he said, "Hey, you fellow, just run quickly and commit one more evil thing and come. There is a, you can get repudiation of three sins for $20. So therefore commit one and come." So it is, that is, no sin goes away by that. It is, so repentation is this. It is that Ajamila's repentation. That what a terrible life I led. I will not do any such thing anymore. So, uh, they, by uttering